What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Grim here with Outside MTG, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to start the road to Mythic since the new season just started, and I wanted to take you along for the ride and made sure you made Mythic this season as well. So we're going to do a video series on some of the best decks you could be playing right now to get there, and get there as quickly as possible. So today, we're going to be playing a little bit of Esper control with Yorion. To start off with a mana base, we're playing all the dual lands and ever, 4 Fabled Passage to go with our 7 basics, because you know, you always want your colors to be right, but only 2 temples. Because we want our lands to come into play untapped if we need them to be untapped. But with that being said, we are trying to just abuse ETBs as much as possible, because Yorion is our commander, or companion. So we have all 4 of these enchantments, you know, letting us draw cards, making our opponent discard, dealing damage, getting dudes, gaining life, as well as being able to reset our walkers. But even though we are a control deck, we're not super into the idea of board wipes because our overall win condition is just creature beats between Hostage Taker and whatever it can steal, Deputies, Shepherd, Prince, and the Omen of the Sun tokens. So Shepherd of the Flock might look like a weird inclusion, but for whatever reason, our Yorion isn't available to us. You know, Shepherd of the Flock can pick up any of these enchantments to redo their thing, including Elspeth Conquers Death. We can steal another creature with Hostage Taker. Hell, we can even reset a Narset that we've already -2 twice. 1 white mana, pick it up, put it back down. Let's get another card from the top 4. Charming Prince really ties the whole room together, though, because it can exile another creature you own and return it to the battlefield the next end step. So since it can blink Yorion, Yorion can blink it, and we can just keep abusing all these ETBs and just resetting any of the 2 planeswalkers that we have. Over here in the sideboard, we got a couple of Disdainful Strokes, Heartless Acts, which will come in real handy against the Naya Winota Menace that's floating around right now alongside our 2 Desparks. We also have Legion's End to help us deal with aggro. Mystical Dispute because, you know, reasons. It's kind of one of the best cards in ever. We have an additional Time Wipe just in case, you know, we're having trouble controlling the board with things like Othakaya. And Ashiok Dreamrender, because no one likes graveyard shenanigans, and it's really funny when your opponent cracks a Fabled Passage with Ashiok in play, and then you get to tell them oops. But with that being said, we're going to start the road to Mythic, and I'm going to help you get there. Let's do this. So the bright side of the deck we're playing is we can generally identify what most of our opponents are playing early on, but they should struggle to identify what we're doing. This hand just doesn't do enough. We're going to have to mulligan. Okay. That's reasonable. It's not ideal, but it's reasonable. We'll keep it. And we'll send the Deputy back. We're probably just going to turn 2 Prince and Scry. Ooh, getting duressed on 1. I smell Grixis. What's up, opponent? What do you have? Heartless Act, Rider, and Triton. We'll take away their turn 2 play. We'll go ahead and throw the Shepherd into the yard. We'll see what they got. Looks like a bunch of nothing. We're going to go ahead and Othakaya just so they can feel safe to put something into play next turn. And then we'll worry about the Scry. We don't actually want to give them a target for the Murderous Rider. Oh. This opponent's just mono black, huh? Well, let's put a blocker into play. Let's go and scry 2 right quick. I'm not super into either of these. With the opponent being mono black, though, I'd like to be able to Deputy an Obliterator, but they have the Rider in hand. I bet they'll use the Rider on the Prince. Let's see what happens. They also have the Heartless Act, though. Either way, I'd like to have the Deputy handy just in case. Yep, opponent using the kill spell. No surprises. We'll just Othakaya again. Nothing great. We'll get that guy out of play. See what opponent wants to do. We have plenty of cards to gas back up, so we should be fine. Sure. Nice 5 mana creature, opponent. We're not going to do anything. We'll wait and see what they got. If we take the Grey Merchant with Deputy, they'll just take it with the Murderous Rider. Them having the Citadel in play, I think we're okay just taking the Citadel and making them use the Murderous Rider to get rid of the Deputy. Just to try and restrict their mana. Yep, take your Citadel back. Alright, and there's the Obliterator we talked about. Sure, lose some more life, opponent. Sounds good. Opponent thinks we're a control deck and doesn't realize that we are actually coming for their life total. That being said, we're not in an awesome position, but if we can find the 1 of time life in 67 cards, we'll be doing pretty good. Teferi Time Raveler, you say? Okay. I kind of want to bounce the Citadel, but I think we're just going to bounce the Oath of Kaya. And we'll Thought Erasure. We'll take their duress. Well, we'll leave that there. And then next turn we can just slam the Oath of Kaya. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we won't have quite enough to Oath of Kaya plus Yorion to just end them. Oh, but there's the Finlurker. Alright, opponent's got it. That island on the top is not going to get it done. We'll give this one to the opponent. Let's get our sideboard on. So, I could definitely see a case for a Heartless Act here. The Desparks leave a little bit to be desired. We would rather those be Heartless Acts. We do like Hostage Taker though. The ability to still an Obliterator or even just a Finlurker sounds pretty good, so we're gonna roll with it. I would like some amount of Legions in though. I feel like the opponent's gonna cut most of their creature removal. They may even trim back on Murderous Riders. So let's see if we can sneak this one out. Alright. It's not what I would call ideal, but we can play this on 2, get the Surveil with the Omen of the Seas to start drawing cards, so we're going to keep it and just fetch a blue with this Fabled Passage. Let's go ahead, we'll get our island. See what our opponent's got going on in their hand. We found the white source like a professional. Phyrexian Arena and Obliterator. Poor opponent. This is probably not gonna go their way. We're gonna go ahead and shock and just get a Tef into play.
You show remorse. I'll show I've done the hero thing before.
Uh-oh, opponent found yet another arena. Well, we'll scry one before we put the arena back in their hand to make sure we draw a card that we want. Why don't you just pick that up from the opponent? And there's the Deputy for the Obliterator. We'll just send it to the opponent. I don't know. We'll debate between these two. Obliterator, sure. Let's go ahead and just get the Omen out there just to be mana efficient. Plus our boy Tef.
I got this.
Let's go ahead and eat that Obliterator. Get in for 2. Because again, even though we are here to grind our opponents into dust to make them miserable, creature beats are still the win kind. If opponent has an additional Obliterator, we could have Yorion or Charming Prince blink this Deputy to eat that one as well. What you got over there, opponent? You want to play your arena? Oh, Finlurker, boo. Let's see. Not super into those. We'll send them to the bottom. Let's see what else we can get. Oh, well, there's the card we're getting rid of. Bye, friend. Alright, got the arena down. Sure. Well, we'll start by plus and Tef.
That's more like it.
What do we want to do here? I'm kind of ready to start getting this Yorion train rolling, but I think we'll wait on that. We'll just go ahead and send these two into combat. See how our opponent feels about it. Go ahead. Omen of does see. Don't want no more lands. Oh, and there's Heartless Act. Okay, alright. Let's just scry to you. Remember, everything's better down where it's wetter. Omen of the sea. We are going to start to generate a ton of value from this Yorion. Sure. Have at it, opponent. Alright. Well, start by kindly asking you to pick that up. It's another Tef. Well, we wanted to get some Yorion action going on, but I think we're actually going to wait on that. Let's go to combat and send these two in. We're going to drop a Tef into play. We're going to +1 Agonizing Remorse at their upkeep. Make them feel real bad. Go ahead and set the stop. And let our opponent think they have a chance. Go and draw the extra card from that. Draw you another one. And what you got, opponent? Obliterator, Grave Merchant. I think we'd rather just have the Merchant. We're not too worried about the Obliterator as we have the Heartless Act and the Deputy, but I'd rather not lose the life. Sure. Sounds good, opponent. I feel like we can just wait them out and let these arenas do them in. But alternatively, we could eat both arenas and just Heartless Act the Obliterator. Which might in fact be the game plan. So yeah. Let's just deal with that Obliterator. Go ahead and cut off the opponent's card draw. And just +1 for the time being. And let's get them. We're going to keep 1 back to protect Tef. I mean, it's 6. I guess it's not like it really matters, but you know. We're here to demoralize our opponent. Sure. Discard my discard spell. Sounds good. So he can pump this guy twice. We'll pick the block up. Let him pump it once, just so his guy survives. Alright. Catacomb. Oh, an opponent doesn't want to play Magic anymore. Yeah, this Yorion was about to just absolutely bury them. I think we're just going to run it back. Maybe we could trim 1 Conqueror's Death and let's grab 1 Stroke. Just so we can potentially stop Gary on the way down. Being on the draw, I'd hate to get killed by a Grey Merchant of Asphodel. His hand's not particularly exciting, but it's not bad either. We'll roll with it. Okay. Well, unless we draw something else, this will probably just be a Charming Prince on 2 to set up our following draws. And that's what we're doing. Let's get a scry on. I'm kind of tempted to take both of these cards, but I'm not sure the time wipe is necessary. We'll just take the Omen, see how it goes. Sure. Charming Prince had a good run. Uh-oh, it's Luris. Oh, wait, that's right, no one cares. Let's see if their Luris will attack in, and we can deal with it. Alright, let's try to not eat a Heartless Act here and take this Luris out of play. Oh, can we get it? There was a pause. Alright. No Luris for us to deal with. Silly opponent. No one's afraid of your Obliterator. Let's go ahead and eat that for now, just to keep our life total up. Really hate to take 6 from Agarian and 5 from Obliterator. Yeah, kind of expected that to happen. We'll take it out with Conqueror's Death, bring back the Charming Prince, go from there. Ooh, and missed the land drop. Boo. Let's go ahead and look for our land now. We'll take the 5 damage from Obliterator. Ooh. Well, I guess we can take the Thought Erasure now, see what they have in hand. We'll play the Hallowed Fountain next turn and deal with it. Another Obliterator and a Rider. We'll just eat the other Obliterator. Leave the Fountain on top. We'll exile that and go from there. Yep, take 5. Alright, little Mire Trident action. Down with it. Let's get that Obliterator out of here. If they want to play out a Murderous Rider, we can go ahead and blink Yorion and eat one of those as well. Sure. I'll say that. I kind of wouldn't mind getting the Charming Prince back. We could draw some cards and Omen to generate even more value and deal with this 2-1. So we're just gonna chill on it. Let's start with Omen in the Sea. It's always better to draw first. Yeah, we'll take the campaign. Deal. We can actually drop the campaign into play as well to force them to do something with their Murderous Rider. We'll pick up a black. We're not truly concerned with our creature since we have Yorion. We're just going to scry 2, set up a draw for this campaign. So I'm kind of in for Othakaya. Not too concerned about the Remorse though. So, I guess if we drop the Yorion, what are the odds the opponent immediately goes for our Charming Prince? Or just Yorion? Let's campaign and make him use it. I'd rather Yorion not die to this. Yeah. Well, Othakaya. Take out the other rider here. Gain a little bit of life. And this Yorion is going to generate a ton of value. Ooh, but there's the Citadel. And it found a Luris and a Zealot. Opponent here to get all the cards. Oof. Gray Merchant putting some sting on it. What happened, opponent? Alright, well, we didn't find anything to do. So we are definitely dropping Yorion into play. Let's blink all the things.
No attacks. Okay. Triggers. Let's go ahead and get rid of Luris. Don't want him having lifelink. Go ahead and gain some more life. Let's pass on that. Okay. No, not too concerned with those either. Alright, and like that, we're back up to 16. Tell our opponent go. If we can find another Charming Prince, we'll be in great shape. Oof, that's gonna sting. I'm kinda tempted to go ahead and scry. Let's go ahead and scry. Omen of the Sun will gain us some more life, but it's not super exciting. Let's play to win rather than playing to stay alive. Let's bottom both of them. And draw Teferi like a professional, which will let us pick the Yorion back up and redo everything. Let's head to combat. Send Yorion in. Get in for some damage. Let's drop our boy Tef. Take Yorion back up.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Ooh, and Legion's End, huh? Okay. Well, let's put Yorion back down and blink all the things again. Like I said, we are here to bury our opponents in value.
This is hardly my worst defeat. This isn't a fight you can win.
Oh, let's take out the 2-3. There's the Charming Prince we were looking for. So now we can just keep this Yorion blinking every turn. And just keep making more and more stuff. We might just be able to take our opponent out with Oath of Kaya. Oof. That gets us to 1 though. Alright, so maybe we're not dead just yet. That was a close one. Let's drop in Narset, see if maybe we can't find a board wipe. Or 4 lands, you know, that's also good. I'm kind of tempted to just +1 Tef, because we're going to see quite a few cards. And we have enough mana that we could Charming Prince, blink Yorion, and still try to hit the time wipe. So let's just do that.
Let's try this.
And we'll send Yorion in to get him a piece. And if worse absolutely comes to worse, we can always instant speed Thought Erasure. Let's blink the Yorion. And let's pass the turn. Alright, Yorion. Let's blink all the things. Alright, an opponent doesn't get to draw the second card. Let's Thought Erasure, make sure they didn't get anything good. Alright, nothing that we're concerned with. Get rid of that fortress. Alright, opponent, what you got? We're down to 1. Uh-oh, it's the duress. I guess we really care about the Legion's End, and I mean, they're undoubtedly taking the Narset here. Can the opponent rip something off the top with Citadel to save the day? Uh-oh. Why is our opponent... Okay, I was about to say, I'm not sure you want to do that, opponent. Well, triggers. Let's take that guy out. Let's blink our Yorion. We'll take another upkeep Thought Erasure just to try and make the opponent's life difficult. I guess while we're at it, we'll take that out because reasons. Dropping their devotion could be relevant here. Oh, and there's a hostage taker? Well, we do have a little bit of black mana. Then again, we could just take their citadel and play a citadel of our own. So why don't we do that instead? Look at me, opponent. Your citadel belongs to me. Alright, well, that's our citadel now. And we can play this charming prince. Gain 3 life. Oh, an opponent doesn't want to play Magic anymore. Well, there you have it, folks. It's solid. It'll get the job done. Let's see if we can go grind some more people into dust and make them not want to play Magic anymore. You know, I've got the Tamiyo avatar. I've been thinking about using it. Well, of course, we'll take the play against Obosh. I probably wouldn't normally keep this hand with our opponent on Obosh, though. That kind of screams mono red, so gaining life and taking stuff sounds alright. Could be red-blue Obosh tempo, though. We'll see. Or something totally different, you know. I've been wrong before. Alright. Well, let's get our scry on. Not really into lands anymore. Oh, maybe a little Gensack. See some Trillichrome, some Cat Oven. I'm about it. Opponent's probably got a Corvold in there, which our Conquer's Death will certainly appreciate. Yeah. Overgrown Tomb plus Basin Mountain and Goose certainly screams Gensack to me. And then my opponent plays a Spellbreaker. I guess I couldn't be more wrong if I tried. No blocks. We could shock in and play Narset as a gain 3 draw card. I think that's what we're gonna do. The Spellbreaker will undoubtedly come from the Narset. No attacks. Send it back to the opponent. I wonder if opponent... Yeah, opponent is Obosh, Gruul, Luca. Okay, we figured it out. It took a little bit of time. We figured it out, though. And just ignores the Narset. No respect for Narset. See what Narset can find first. Alright. I'd have rather that been a secret, but fair enough. With that being the case, we'll just drop in this Godless Shrine tap. We'll flash in the Omen of the Sun. Go from there. We do need to get on these Remorses and Thought Erasures sooner rather than later, though, because if our opponent has Luca in hand, they may be ready to cast it, especially if they make a food with the Goose. Another War Boss. Sounds good. We're probably going to double block with Charming Prince. Maybe not. I'd kind of like to deal with that Spellbreaker. It depends if the War Boss attacks or not. We're definitely in a tough spot, though. Alright, well if War Boss is attacking, we're definitely going to take out a War Boss. You know, maybe not. How about instead we do this? We'll Deputy, eat both War Bosses, and we'll go from there. We can shock in and Thought Erasure to make sure opponent doesn't have a Luca, which means they'll have 2 whenever we look in their hand. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Alright, well, let's get the Deputy into play. Let's eat the War Bosses. Alright, opponent. Show me Luca. Look at that. It's tough being right all the time. No attacks. What you got, opponent? What you want to do? Got this Obosh, but these guys are even at 0 CMC, so... Sure, blow up my Omen. Sounds good. Seems like a strange card to be mainboarding. And I guess it is odd CMC, it gets in for 4, but I feel like opponent could have done better. You know what, let's start by taking a look at their hand. Luca and Spellbreaker. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and take both of those cards. And if we need to, we can Conquer's Death on the Obosh. We're definitely in a rough spot, but we're not done yet. Alright, here comes the Obosh. We're going to eat it. We've got a Charming Prince we can bring back if worse comes to worse. For the time being, let's just get rid of some guys. And we'll eat us an Obosh. Alright, let's try and turn this around. This guy can block the 2/2 for us, so hopefully we can buy a little bit of time and his Omen can find us something good. Hopefully we don't get cleaved here. Or eat a Bone Crusher Giant. I feel a Bone Crusher Giant in our future. Yep, that being said, had we have just let this guy through, the Bone Crusher Giant would have killed us. So, it's still the right call. Don't play around cards that you can't beat. That's only going to leave us with 4 mana. Well, let's dig and see if we can find an answer. Well, that's the Time Wipe we need, but we don't have the mana to cast it. So it looks like we might just be out of luck here. Yeah, because even if we bounce something back to their hand, we'll still just die to the war bosses, so good game, opponent. Have him pick up the war boss for fun. But that's why we play best of 3. Let's get him after the fact. Oh no, I could have played it. Alright, since our opponent is trying to get a little bit more aggressive with us, we're going to trim this, drop a couple Desparks, because it looks like Obosh and Luca are going to be our only targets. I'd rather have these Heartless Acts, and maybe a couple of Legion's Ends. And we'll go down these Agonizing Remorses also. Our opponent should be able to empty their hand out quick enough that we're not too terribly worried about it. So, I think we'll just pick up 1 copy of Stroke. And let's see how it goes. Alright, we'll take the play. It's not super exciting, but it's not terrible. Not against an aggro deck anyway, and this Conquer's Death leaves a little bit to be desired, but we'll keep it. We can get this Omen down on 2. We'll look for some other cards. We'll be alright. We know what our opponent's doing now. Sure. Hopefully they don't have Red Source into War Boss. There's Red Source. Okay, we would much rather deal with a Spellbreaker than a War Boss. They're gonna drop it in with haste. And we'll have the option to play Shepherd of the Flock as a blocker. We'll still take 2 from it though, so maybe it's not the right choice. Kinda tempted. Let's get aggressive with our life total here. Let's get Tef out here. Tell him pick up the little Lena War Elf. Because no one wants to play an elf on 3. Probably go find a black source with this. Yeah, black and a blue. Hopefully opponent wants to send Spellbreaker over here at Tef. Oh, maybe we'll see both. Yep.
Really should have seen that coming.
Alright. Don't have a great play here. I think we'll just throw this out there and say go. What you got over there, opponent? I know you got an elf. Alright. I actually wouldn't be surprised to see Goose plus elf here. Just so they can get the Obosh down next turn, which is definitely the right play. But not the one they're making. Interesting. The opponent missed a land drop, so let's go ahead and take a blue source. Ooh, Oath of Kaya is kind of ideal. Let's go ahead and drop the Oath in. Take care of one of those Spellbreakers, gain 3 life. And we'll drop this in and probably just say go. You know, say that. Let's just put a 3/1 blocker into play. Go grab a black source here. And let's get our shepherd out there with his little sheep buddy. And then probably eat a Bone Crusher Giant. There it is. Okay. Alright, we're going to see an Obosh here. There's the Obosh. Alright. So the cool thing is, if we put both of these guys in front of him, he's only going to deal 2 damage to us. Because the way Obosh and Trample works, it won't be too bad. So we're just going to Conquer's Death, get this Obosh out of play. We got a Tef and a Shepherd we can get back. Things aren't looking great, but we're 1 Yorion blink away from having a much better board state. Yeah, sounds good, opponent. We'll have Yorion blink this Conquer's Death, eat that, Oath of Kaya, deal with that, gain 2 life, draw a card. We should be okay. Yeah, sounds good, opponent. And we can go ahead and scry 1. Yeah, we're probably in for another Oath of Kaya. Alright. Let's make our opponent feel bad and put sadness on the stack. We're gonna start by taking that guy out. And we want this one as well. Gain some life, make some dudes, draw a card. Tef and Oath of Kaya, you say? Deal? Next turn we'll have the mana to Oath of Kaya and Tef, or maybe even Campaign as the opponent's hand's getting a little thin. But this has definitely gone from our opponent being in the driver's seat to opponent being in a pretty precarious situation. I think we might just Oath of Kaya. Let's go and get that down. Deal with this. Gain some more life. We're just gonna have Tef pick up the Conqueror's Death for now. Alright. Well, let's get in for 4 and tell our opponent go. If they pull a Luca, they can turn any 3-drop in their deck into Yodaro, which is an 8/8 trample with haste, so we do have to remain mindful of that. Okay, we're not too worried about Left Strike Beast though. There's another Tef. You love to see it.
That's more like it.
Well, let's go ahead and conquer his death. And conquer this Bone Crusher Giant. Probably just gonna Thought Erasure the opponent at their upkeep, so we'll just take a look. We'll see what they draw. We'll continue getting in with some Yorion beats, you know what I'm saying? Alright, opponent, what'd you pick up over there? Oh, opponent found the Luca. Too bad we also found the Luca, though. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Oh, and there's Charming Prince, exactly what we wanted for Christmas. We're officially about to just bury the opponent. We should have attacked first, but I got excited, so it is what it is. Oh, but opponent's seen enough. I think I'm overall happy with the way we sideboarded here, so let's run it back. Alright, man, a double Oath of Kaya is tempting. We have a lot of redraws and scry, and this also gains life. Normally I wouldn't keep something like this. We're going to give it a shot. We can most certainly find a black source between all these. And that's a lot of cards that Yorion, in fact, wants to blink. A Drowned Catacomb would probably be ideal. Watery Grave, also not a bad pickup. We're going to lead on Watery Grave, just in case. Besides, it's way more intimidating than a Hallowed Fountain. Look at that. Opponent with nothing in play. Never punished for the slow opener. What you got, opponent? A little war boss action, I'm down. We'll oath that guy. Kinda tempted to hold on to this for the Luca. Let's go ahead and hold on to that. Well, we can stop the Luca or the Obosh on the way down, because either way, it's not cards that we want to deal with. Ooh, and Heartless Act. We could kill that without taking damage. But I think I'm on board for just netting 1 life here. And getting the Oath into play. Plus this way we can shock another land in, hold up Heartless Act and Omen, or Disdainful Stroke plus Act. Sure. Down for a little Bone Crusher action. The question is, how do we want to do this? Oath of Kaya would be nice to deal with that, but I think we'll just wait and see what our opponent has. We have enough instant speed interaction here to just kind of do our thing. Sure. Stroke me, stroke me. Bye, Obosh. And we're going to go ahead and Heartless Act this guy as well. Take 2 damage instead of 4. We'll probably consider dropping in Yorion next turn. I guess we could just Charming Prince. Let's get our Omen on. See if we can find something good. Not super into another Oath. Alright. Well, guess we could just pick that guy off, just in case our opponent has a Luca. Make sure they don't pull anything good. Gain a little more life. Our value train is starting to build. Scry 4, draw 2, gain 6, get a 4/5 flyer. Doesn't sound too bad. Sure, opponent. I'm down. Take a land out. Yeah, take 2. I know we could play the Drowned Catacomb and not lose any life, but opponent just destroyed our full art Hallowed Fountain, so to send a message, we're going to shock in and play the other Hallowed Fountain. Alright, let's deal with that guy. Gain a little bit of life. Definitely down for that Omen with a Charming Prince in hand and the mana to play it. Man, kind of in for both of those too. We'll leave the Hostage Taker. We'll go ahead and draw that in case opponent has duress. Heartless Act will be safe on top of our library. Yeah, opponent's about to have a real tough time getting back into this game. Ruin Blaster, sounds good. No complaints here, opponent. Sure, we'll take a War Boss. Yep, grab that block. Let our little Sky Kitty put in some work. Drop in the Catacomb. As much as I would love to take the Hostage Taker, we're just going to go ahead and get our Omen on. Get in for 4. And watch our opponent's head explode as we get this value train rolling. Let's start blinking. It's too bad we don't have a way to steal their lands. I would love to steal a red source. Sure, opponent. Sounds good. Oh, look at that. The value train is too much. Zabrakis. Hand's not just stellar, but we've got early plays. We've got a Mori over there, though. I definitely suggest Naya Winota, but we can take Winota from his hand, so we'll give it a shot. We get much better post board in this matchup, though, so we'll see how it goes. Opponent is having a mulligan, though, which is helpful. Let's get our Scry on. Omen of the Sun. We're probably in for that. Might be able to take out an early threat. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a peek over there just to confirm. So this is in fact Naya Winota. We'll take the War Boss. They'll play Fauna Shaman next turn. We'll take the Fauna Shaman from them before they can find the Winota. And we'll go from there. What's up, opponent? Let me get that Fauna Shaman from me, dog. Yeah, these Winota decks are good, but they're really soft to interaction. We've got double Omen up, or yeah, double Omen up next turn. We'll just draw a ton of cards and see what happens. We're not going to send the Deputy in, just in case they have a War Boss. We can eat the additional token. Just a Mori. Okay. maybe we can hit the Despark. Look at that. Only 2 and 80 cards, and yet we found it. Bye, friend. An opponent doesn't want to play Magic anymore. Alright. Well, if opponent is on Winota, we're going to go ahead and grab these Heartless Acts and these Strokes. Because without Winota, they're just kind of a lackluster aggro deck, and we can deal with that. We're going to go ahead and trim a Narset. We'll trim a Conqueror's Death. Oh, probably get rid of 1 Oath. And maybe 1 Shepherd. Other than that, keep this going. Try and run them down with the value train. This is a matchup I was really hoping to come across today. Like, Naya Winota is arguably the definitive deck in the format, and if we can beat this, we can beat anything. Got double remorse plus a bounce, so we're gonna take it. We have more basic islands than anything, so we're gonna lead on the shrine. Opponent can threaten turn 3 with Nota with this, so we're definitely gonna have to remorse immediately. Hopefully they don't have double Winota. Okay. Well, that suggests they have no Winota. Deal. Take that Fauna Shaman. See if they want to discard an Agent of Treachery for us to go find a Winota. We'll remorse that as well. Yep. Dun, 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 dun. My Winota. Sorry, friend. Ooh, an opponent's already hit 2 Marauders and an Agent. Just running out of good targets. Sure. We are about to be in a bit of a tough spot over here, though, missing land drops. Don't think this really does a ton. We can bounce one of these guys back to hand, and they'll only get 1 Winota trigger, which doesn't actually guarantee much of anything. So let's do that. Try and find an additional white source for one of these. And there's the white source, so we can Conqueror's Death of Winota. That'll be 2 of them. Ugh, they hit the land drop. Okay, that's bad for us. Opponent got a little excited. Trying to swing early. Alright, what you got, opponent? Alright, that's kind of terrible. So, do we have a chance here is the question.
Here we go.
We Conqueror's Death of Winota. We're still just dead on board. I can't think of much that gets us out of this, but let's draw a card and see. Yeah, we don't have anything that's going to save the day here. Alright, good game, opponent. Let's go to game 3. We'll be on the play. Things will go better. I'm still overall happy with the way I sideboarded. I think I'm actually willing to ditch 1 campaign for 1 Legion's End. Just in case we can catch it early in the opening hand. Eat some elves, geese, whatever. Alright, let's see if we can win this last game on the play. Well, we've got the Despark and the Heartless Act, but we don't have a black source, but we have the Prince. We're going to gamble it and try to get lucky. I'm going to lead on this in case we find a black source. We can instant speed Heartless Act in case they have that Elena Werewolf on 1, like they do. We didn't find the black source. Probably going to Omen here. We'll look for the black source and go from there. What you got, opponent? That is definitely the start of the nut draw. Making some tough decisions over there. Maybe their card sleeves are distracting them. They are pretty. We'll have some soon enough. Okay. Deal. Neither of those are black sources, so we're gonna keep digging. We're gonna find one. Let's kindly ask our opponent to pick that Fauna Shaman up. Because if they want to play a Winota next turn, they're going to have to tap the elf. It won't do anything, and we have Heartless Act and Despark to deal with it, so we'll go from there. Silly opponent. Playing the best deck in the format. What you got, dog? 4 mana. Show me something good. If they just play the Fauna Shaman back out, we might just Heartless Act and kill it and hold up Despark.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
At the end of the day, our goal is to make our opponent's life as difficult as possible. So let's go ahead and Heartless Act. Let's take care of that Fauna Shaman. And we'll hold up to Despark. Show me Winota. If they play a Mori, we might consider the Despark. Ooh, Phoenix of Ash. Ooh. Alright. Well, let's draw a card and get one of our opponent's cards. Alright, down for a Charming Prince. We're not going to leave ourselves in a position to not play this Despark as long as we have it, though. So if Winota comes down, we could die at any moment. Alright, opponent choosing to do nothing. I'm about it. Let's get this Prince out here. We'll get our scry on. See what we can find. I assume they probably have Bone Crusher Giant in hand. Maybe even Double Crusher. But either way, we'll let our Prince get stomped on. Ooh, Hoshish Taker's pretty good. We'll take the Taker. That being said, I kind of want to play this, but I really don't want to shock. And I want to keep this Despark up at all times. So, let's do this for the time being until our opponent goes. This Omen of the Seal kind of bluffed that maybe we don't have interaction, since it'll always set a stop. So opponent may not be looking for the Despark. We'll have 7 mana next turn to take the Phoenix and play it. Then Yorion can blink. We can take some more stuff. Yep, opponent pumping up the jams. Sounds good. They could have pumped again with Elena World. Are they planning on playing something here? Maybe a Mori? No Mori, huh? Okay. Deal. Well, we would like a Phoenix of Ash. We are going to put the shields down for a turn. We could have taken a little Elena World to keep the Despark up, but I really don't want to keep getting hit in the face by this Phoenix. So we're just going to tell our opponent go. We're here for the long game, even against a deck as aggressive as they are. Hactos on 3. Alright, well, our Phoenix can block that. Opponent should have swung with the Phoenix. Alright.
Well, let's get our flicker on. Gonna bounce this hostage taker, take their other Phoenix, and say go. We're still a little soft to Winota. They don't quite have the cards in the yard yet to escape the Phoenix either. Alright, and there's the Winota we've been holding the Despark up for. Bye, friend. We'll have Phoenix. Oh, look at that. We're going to have Phoenix trade with Haktos, but best deck in the format did not want it. So, just so you know, everybody, this is one of the decks I'll be running in Mythic this season, but we'll probably feature 2 to 3 other decks that are also good to go. So, stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.